2 years ago, I gave up alcohol because I wanted to see what life was like without it. And I wanted to see the effects it had on me as a person, not just in my health, but in my general life. I wanted to see where it would take me. And where it took me was so unexpected. I didn't realize that I would have experienced these benefits if you had told me 2 years prior I was going to experience these benefits. So in this video, I'm going to share with you exactly what those 4 things were and exactly how you can experience the same thing and how I did it so that maybe if you want to, you can do it too. I'm not telling you what to do, I'm just sharing my experience. All right, so without further ado, let's get into it. So this all started when I was in Korea 2 years ago, and we were in this restaurant that served makgeolli, which if you've been to Korea, you know what makgeolli is. It's basically fermented rice wine, and it's probably my favorite alcohol. It's so damn good. And that was where we decided, look, let's just do it for a year and see how we feel. And we did it for a year. And then after that, we decided to do it for another year. 4 things that it gave me that I didn't realize at the time. And number 1 is discipline. You see, delaying short-term gratification is something that you need if you want to be successful in anything in life. And what not drinking alcohol for 2 years has given me, the first thing it's given me is more discipline in my life to have long-term gratification instead of short-term gratification, and just default that, make that be my default. It's like, okay, I'm focusing on the long term, not the short term, because that's always something that's been an issue for me, is focusing too much on the short term than the long term, especially when it comes to, you know, other parts of my life. So focusing on long term is something that's really helped me have the discipline today. It's shown me that I can focus on the long-term gain over the short-term pleasure, which is absolutely huge for success. And the second thing it gave me was mental strength. Like, this is a big one. So mental strength over quick wins. I was socializing with people that were drinking alcohol for the last 2 years. Like, I'd be in one of my friends' bars and everyone's drinking alcohol. I'm sitting at a table, all these people drinking alcohol, doing shots, like toasting to each other. And I'm just there, and I just thought to myself, wow, like I'm not taking part in any of this stuff, but I'm still able to have fun. And this was a huge mindset that I had shifted way before this even started, but even more ingrained now is the fact that I don't need alcohol to have a good time. So many people need to have alcohol to have a good time. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that alcohol doesn't make it better. Of course it does. Alcohol enhances your experience. It's a fucking drug. That's what drugs do. But I can have a great time without alcohol. Even doing this video, I'm not on alcohol. You know, I'm not high. I'm just me. And what it's helped me do is help me regulate my energy and help me realize what my personality is. Like, am I actually an enjoyable person to be around without being fucking drunk off my face? You know, can I connect with people in a fun way without needing alcohol to do so? And the answer is yes. And I've built 2 years of solid proof doing that. But even before this, I was already doing this, but I just wasn't going cold turkey on alcohol for 2 years. But, you know, I never really used to drink that much anyways. I wasn't a drunk. But I will say this, when I started getting in shape, I did go ahead and drink a lot. I was drinking like 6 beers a night when I first got in shape. Like, this is about 9 years ago now. So, and that was when I was mid-20s. Shit, I'm old now. But mental strength, it gives me the mental strength. And coupled with that, it gave me the confidence as well. Because picture this, right? You're at a bar, everyone around you is drinking alcohol, and you're the only person who's not drinking. But you're not feeling shameful about that, which is what I used to feel when I first started. I felt shameful. I was like, fuck, man, I should probably drink and fit in with everyone. But no, like, I'm honoring myself, right? Like, this is what I want to do. I don't want to drink. I want to have a soda water with lime, which is my favorite drink, with a straw. Because if you don't have it with a straw, it erodes your enamel on your teeth. That's what I experienced. So I started having a straw, and it's fine. So that's my go-to drink, because to me, the texture tastes like beer. But getting back to my point, when I'm around all those people that are drinking alcohol and I'm not drinking, yeah, it's not the ideal environment to be in, but number one, change my mental strength, because it's like, okay, I have the willpower because of my reason why, right? Because I got the long-term vision. Like the it's easier to be there and not want to drink. Now, this is not going to work for you maybe if you drink a lot and it's an emotional reason why you drink. But for me, it's not emotional, right? It's not connected to my parents or love or anything like this. For me, it's not. It's different if you grew up and your parents like connected with you when there was alcohol, right? Because then now you're linking love to alcohol. So now it's super hard for you to let it go, because if you let go of alcohol, in your mind, in your subconscious mind, you're letting go of love. And you obviously don't want to do that, because everything we do in life is for love, right? So at the end of the day. So for those kind of people, and I've met these kind of people before, I can see why it's hard for them to give up alcohol, because it's connected to, some emotion that they felt when they were growing up, to feel connected to their parents, maybe, or loved ones, or whoever it is. But for me, it builds my confidence when I'm around people that are drinking alcohol and I can just say no. Like, that gives me supreme confidence, because I'm the guy that can just say no. I don't need it. And that's the, not to digress, but that's the state that gets you everything. Is the state of not needing anything is what brings you everything, right? If you don't need it, that's when you get it. It's like, for example, all these celebrities, when they go places, they get shit for free. They don't need that. They can pay for it, but they get it for free because they don't need it. That's literally why that works, right? So similarly with women, wherever it is in life, like whatever you chase runs away, right? Like if you don't need it and you have abundance, everything comes to you. So adding to this mental strength part is not numbing the pain. This is huge. So obviously we know there's drugs, alcohol, all this stuff. It numbs your pain that you're feeling in daily life. It's a relief from daily life, right? So whatever stresses you're feeling, if you're angry, whatever emotions you're feeling that you don't want to feel, you can drink alcohol and they will go away momentarily, right? Like for a few hours. And so this is what they call numbing the pain. So when you go cold turkey, when I went cold turkey of alcohol, all the pain that I felt, all these emotions that, I feel these emotions too. I'm a human, right? Stress, anger, all these emotions that we typically don't want to feel, I had to feel them. I had no choice, because I don't have alcohol to sedate me, to take me out of those emotions. So now I had to face all the shit that I was maybe running away from, all the pain. And I would add to this sugar as well, because sugar for me is like, that's my alcohol kind of thing, right? Like I did 30 days without sugar, and that was not hard for me, but it wasn't easy, right? Because I usually, when I'm stressed, eat lots of sugar, and that's why I have cavities. That was just since I was a kid, right? So not to digress too much, but numbing the pain is something that when you strip away the alcohol or sugar, whatever it is that you rely on to numb your pain, then you're faced with raw numbness and just the rawness of life. And if you can sit in that and be with that's transformational. And that's what happened for me as well. And that just built my confidence in myself, my belief, and my discipline, really. And this brings me nicely onto my third point, which is clarity in decision making. When you are facing life, the rawness of life, without sedating yourself with drugs, you're able to see things much clearer. And life just becomes clearer, like literally just becomes clearer. So for example, I have since, in the last couple of years, broke up with my ex-girlfriend, moved away from misaligned work relationships, because I could see what was happening and it wasn't aligned. So my point in saying this is, sometimes when you're drinking alcohol, it's hard to see that, because literally your mind's in a fog, right? Because your mind's not operating at 100% efficiency, because it's foggy, because you have alcohol like bringing down your efficiency of your mental cognition. And so for me, I just realized that I was able to think a lot clearer when I got rid of the alcohol completely. Not just like a sip here and there, but like completely out of my system for 2 years. And for me, it doesn't even feel that crazy. Like, I can drink if I want to, but I just don't see the point in drinking lots of alcohol and being drunk the next day. I don't get it. Like, I used to do this and it was fine. But you know, when you're 36 and you start drinking alcohol, the next day takes you a lot longer to recover, and it's mostly a write-off if you're drinking heavily. And for what? What's the upside? The people that you're going to meet when you're drinking, do you really want to be friends with these people when you're not drinking? There's only a few people that I know who drink alcohol who I actually want to be friends with when they're not drinking. All the rest of the people, I'm like, you know, and especially the people that are sober and they're fine, but then when they drink alcohol, they're like a completely different person, and they just lose it. Like those people, I don't want to be connected with, because they can't control themselves. Like that's not a good trait to have. But anyway, this is not about other people, it's about my experience, right? And that's something that I just realized is the most important thing, is just to make sure that I am staying true to what I want. And what I wanted was to get through to 2 years without drinking alcohol. And I did that. And so now it's a decision for me. Do I want to go another year? Like, do I actually want to do that? Because there are some really nice cocktail bars in the world, and I do like a cocktail. I can have one drink and be fine. Now, for you listening and watching, if you have one drink and you feel like you need to have 10, well, that's a different issue we're talking about there. And that might be an emotional problem that I touched on earlier in the video. But for me personally, I can have one beer and be fine. The reason why I don't have one beer is because I found a replacement. I found soda water. It was soda water or sparkling water. That's a replacement for me for beer. Why? Because it feels like I'm drinking beer. The texture of the sparkling water, it feels like I'm drinking beer. And I put lime in it, so it's flavored, no sugar, just squeezing some fresh lime with a straw, and it feels like I'm having a nice, refreshing beer in my brain, but I'm not. And I don't drink 0% alcohol because it's got a bunch of sugar and all that crap in it. So just soda water. But yeah, if I want to, like let's say if I go to Oktoberfest in Germany, I can drink 0% beer for a few days. That's not going to kill me, right? But yeah, for now, I just don't see the point in drinking alcohol, because I can generate my energy without that. I can be fun without that. And that's the main thing I'm trying to articulate to you, is that I don't need alcohol to be fun. And I'm definitely sure that you don't either. But you will never know that you don't need it until you don't use it, right? So now this brings me on to my next point, number 4, which is not drinking alcohol for 2 years earned me more respect. People just saw me differently. You know, some people judge me, of course, it's normal, right? But I had to overcome the stigma by owning it. It's kind of like in 8 Mile when he's rapping against that guy at the end of the movie, and all the shit that the guy is going to use against him, he just says it outright. And he's like, yeah, your friend did fuck my girl. Like, my friend did shoot himself in the foot with his own gun, like all this stuff, right? He says all the stuff that the other guy's going to use against him. So when I tell people I don't drink, I haven't drank for 2 years, they're like, why? Like, some people judge it and they're like, what's wrong with you? Or you know, they make me try and feel bad for not drinking, or they try and pressure me into drinking, like, go on, just have one, come on, try and test my boundary. And it's like, I'm past that shit, man. Like, no. Like, thanks, but no. And that took me so long to get to that point of like, I don't fucking care. Like, I just don't give a fuck. Like, this is what I want. And you know what? You're never going to get to the end of your life and be like, do you know what? I'm so glad that I lived for other people. I'm so glad I did that. You're not going to say that at the end of your life. So who gives a fuck? They don't give a fuck anyways. They just want you to be part of the fun for that moment. But ultimately, they don't really care. Come on. No one really cares about your health. Come on. So, yeah, it's just about the fun in the moment, right? Oh, you're going to be a killjoy. You're going to not do shots with us. I've lived that life, man. I've lived the bottle service in LA. When P. Diddy was like, kind of like, okay. I was like in the club with P. Diddy, you know, paying like $3,200 for a fucking table in the club. Like, stupid shit. I know that's not even that much. Like, there's people that pay 10 grand, 20 grand, 30 grand. It depends on what you're doing, but there's obviously upside to doing that if you have a nucleus of people that are at the table who can make huge hundreds of millions of dollars. That's 30 grand well spent, of course. But I'm just saying, I've lived that life, right? That shots, bottle service, all that. I've lived that life in my 20s, luckily. And so that doesn't appeal to me anymore. I've done it. Like, I've scratched that itch, you know? And so now it's like, I'm 36, man. What, I'm going to do that again? I can enjoy a cocktail, but doing that stuff is like, nah. So when you hold this boundary, people are like, oh, wow. Oh, shit. Like, you haven't drank for 2 years. I know one of my friends, he hasn't drank for 30 years. 30 fucking years. It's just, when you surround yourself with people that don't drink, also, that's a huge point, actually. Surrounding myself with people that don't drink has actually helped me make this easier. Like I told you, I started this with my ex-girlfriend. So that was huge because I spent lots of time with her and we just didn't drink. So it was cool. It was like easy. It's like effortless, right? And when you start becoming more healthy and start hanging out with healthier people, for example, when you go to Bali, for example, a lot of people in Bali don't drink. Like they're super into their health, ice bath, saunas. They get their money in. They're good at what they do. And they just live a healthy lifestyle. And when you go to a restaurant with them, 9 p.m. at night, they're ordering fucking coconut. Like, it's just normal. For me, it's normal, right? Like, I don't hang out with people that drink all the time. Well, I do sometimes, but not all the time. And even now, like, it's to the point, after 2 years, I can literally hang out with you. If you drink, who gives a fuck? I can hang out with you and not drink and not feel bad about not drinking. It's just fine. It's a non-conversation. Like, I have a friend here right now. He drinks wine all the time. We hang out. And I look at his glass of wine. I'm like, you know, I do like a glass of red wine, but 2 years, man. I don't know. I can't really explain it better than I have because it's just a decision, right? Like, you are only as good as your word. So if you said, okay, I'm not going to drink alcohol for a year, keep your word, right? I said to myself, after 1 year was up, I said, oh, let's just do it for another year. And here we are, another year later. So my decision now for me is like, oh, do I want to keep going for another year or stop? I thought about giving advice to you in this video, but I don't know who you are before you go and click the link below and get some help from me or want to talk to me on the phone, because I can help you with mapping out a plan, not just to stop drinking alcohol, but to get in better physical shape and improve your overall health, including your blood work, building more muscle. You don't have to get big. Clearly, I'm not the biggest guy around, but you know, I'm toned. Like right now, this t-shirt makes me look really, really small. But anyways, like I do have muscle and I am toned. So that's really the key that I'm getting at is if you want to feel good in your body and you want to have better skin, right? My skin's gotten better since I stopped drinking alcohol. And everyone says that I look younger than my age, partly because of my genetics, because I'm black, but also because I have these healthy habits in place. So it makes it easier to go ahead and have the youthful look in my face, because we all know that drinking lots of alcohol decreases your lifespan. It's literally poison. We all know this, but it feels good and it's so social and everyone does it, so we do it, right? I get it. Friday night comes around, you're stressed, you want to have a beer. I get it. But for me personally, I decided to just not do that, and it built my confidence, built my discipline, and yeah, it's helping me in every area of my life, have more discipline and just the ability to let go, right? Like I can let go of it and know that I don't need it. It's like practicing detachment, letting go. Like all the things that used to make up my personality, slowly letting them go and realizing when you let go of all the shit that you think you needed to be you start to realize that I didn't actually need that stuff to be me, because that stuff doesn't make me. I'm here right now, and that stuff is just layers of shit. So when I remove those layers, I'm revealing my real self. My real self is someone who has the charisma to hang out with people that are drinking alcohol and still not feel out of place, and them not even feel like I'm not drinking. Like, yeah, they know that I'm not drinking, but it doesn't feel like I'm not drinking because my energy is the same level as theirs, because I'm able to turn it on because of who I am. And you will never get that experience if you don't strip away the alcohol. So for me, I was like, all right, let me just try this out. I didn't expect this to happen. And like I said before, I was already someone who could socialize without alcohol anyways, but you know, a lot of people need it to get in the zone. And it's like, I don't want to ever have a crutch to perform. I want to be able to just click my fingers and fucking go, you know. When I was doing stand-up comedy, people would drink shots before their set to get them in the zone. And it's like, I didn't want that. I didn't want any crutch to perform. I wanted to just be able to click my fingers and get in the zone. And that's a superpower, right? Like that's actual power. You don't need anything external to activate yourself. So I think a lot of people respect you more when you don't drink. You do the hard things, right? Like it's easy to drink alcohol. Alcohol's everywhere. But when you stop doing that shit, your health comes back, your focus comes back, your mental clarity comes back, you feel more confident, you have more discipline, and you're more respected. There's so many benefits, so why wouldn't you do it? And you save money. Fucking hell, I didn't even mention that one. You save a bunch of money, trust me. Holy shit. You save thousands, tens of thousands of dollars not drinking alcohol for 2 years. So let me see what else I got here. Because I covered the 4 things. And yeah, now it's just a case of whatever you want to do with your life in terms of alcohol. It's up to you. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just sharing what I did and what worked. I think you can hear that cow in the background. But yeah, I'm not telling you what to do. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do. But I do encourage not drinking alcohol. That's all I'm saying. So I just wanted to share my experiences. If you want more help with actually getting healthier, having more discipline, having more peak performance in your life, go ahead and click the link below this video, and then you can go ahead and watch the video on the next page of how I help people just like you, mostly over the age of 30, 35 and plus, get in amazing shape and have mental clarity, more discipline and more focus, and be able to perform at your best in life. I have a program for this. If you want that, go ahead and click the link below this video. And I will talk to you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I thank you for your time. And I hope you got a return on your time by watching this video, because I strive to make every video I make valuable. So I hope that this was valuable for you. All right. Talk to you in the next one. Ciao.